Hawaii, land of crystal blue oceans and breathtaking golden sunsets. Paradise, a scuba diver's dream. It's a perfect world, right? Not really. Well, our marine world has problems. This is why. There's carbon emissions, melting glaciers, sea level rise, chemical pollution, warmer waters, acidification, and the polar bears. And plastic, not good. Ocean pollution, destructive fishing, overfishing, taking too much without thinking whether or not we should. For the sake of what? Money? Greed? The sea world suffers from human demand, but there are solutions. And here's another big problem. Ghost nets. Ghost nets, the remains of fishing gear lost accidentally in storms, or like misplaced children, abandoned on purpose. A net or parts of it might be damaged and cut loose and dumped into the ocean instead of taking it back to the shore to dispose of it properly. Damaged nets or parts of it cut loose and dumped right there in the ocean by derelict, ignorant, or just plain lazy fishermen. Nets cut loose in the ocean to conceal the evidence of their illegal catch, or catching fish not allowed to be caught, or catching fish where it shouldn't be caught. The nets attract unsuspecting sea animals and snares them in its tangled web. Some float onto the surface, trapping, exhausting, entangling, suffocating, starving, amputating limbs, rendering defenseless from predators. Nets left to float aimlessly around the ocean, going where the current takes them. And then there's those that sink down, down, down to the bottom of the seafloor to be snagged on rocks and coral heads. If left unrecovered, they stay here, ghost fishing, almost indefinitely, where they abrade, scour, entangle, and break coral heads from the substrate, left in their haunted seabed mansions to wreak havoc like ghosts for a very long time. Because nets now are made stronger, more endurable, buoyant, thanks to plastic and nylon with their net webbing. You know, the old nets were at least biodegradable, made of natural material like cotton, flax, or hemp. Many ghost nets find their way onto the shoreline, according to a study focused on the underwater removal of derelict fishing gear, which summarized debris removal sites and mechanisms for net accumulation in the northwestern Hawaiian Islands. The study's main goal was to assess and monitor the amount of derelict fishing gear present on the island's near-shore coral reef, and then remove and safely dispose of derelict fishing gear. It was to track down the fishing fleets responsible for the derelict fishing gear, and then evaluate impacts of the fishing gear and the endangered, threatened, or protected species involved, and to increase public awareness of this ghost net issue worldwide. The ghost net survey included Pearl and Hermes and Midway and Curry Atolls, Lisiansky and Laysan Islands, Morro Reef, and the French Frigate Shoals. There were two methods of survey. First, they used the Manta Tow survey method, This is where two snorkel divers were towed by a small boat who maneuvered a manta plywood board connected to the boat, enabling the team to document surveyed areas better. Then the swim-thin surveys were done when towing was not feasible, where patchy reefs were too shallow for small boats to travel. The result was 485 tons of derelict fishing gear removed and recycled. That happened between 2001 through 2004. Moving forward, while there's no quick fix, the United Nations has outlined practical measures. The United Nations is making small strides and has outlined practical measures such as educating the fishing industry about the problem. Maybe they do it out of ignorance. And providing incentives for fishermen to report lost equipment and retrieve nets they find at the sea. This would help prevent abandonment in the first place, so they can be recovered easier, and maybe it will make the fishermen think twice first or be held accountable. Make the fishermen and industry accountable. It's a good start. You know, human impact on the marine world is not going so well. Human impact on the sea world and the world that we humans live in. Some think humans are beyond hope. We'll see. Something to think about. Thanks for watching.